In life, we often face problems, whether small or big. But remember one thing, avoiding problems never solves them. In fact, they come back even bigger. Today's story will teach us that to overcome fear, we need courage, and to solve problems, we must face them with the right mindset. Let's take a valuable lesson from this story for our own lives. Deep inside an ancient prehistoric jungle, where giant creatures ruled the earth, lived the smallest T-Rex who ever hatched, a tiny wide-eyed baby named Pip. Pip had the heart of a giant, but the legs of a hatchling. He doubted himself every single day. Yet whenever anyone in the jungle needed help, Pip always showed up anyway. One morning, Pip waddled out on his tiny clawed feet searching for food, and then his eyes went wide. A cluster of glowing amber berries, the rarest find in the whole jungle. Clutching them carefully in his small arms, Pip headed home, but he slipped on a mossy rock near the river's edge and watched helplessly as every single berry tumbled into the current and vanished. Tired, hungry, and a little defeated, Pip dragged himself back toward the Thunder Cave, his favorite resting spot. But as he got close, his tiny claws froze mid-step. Something was inside. A voice boomed from the darkness, so loud the ground shook. "I am the force that shakes the mountains and swallows the sun." Pip stumbled backward, heart hammering. One by one, the mightiest creatures of the jungle stepped up. The long neck, the hornhead, the plated back. Each one roared, bellowed, stomped, and each one fled in panic. Then came the great-scaled giant, the most feared creature alive. He shook the earth with every step. But after one echo from the cave, even he turned and ran. The jungle went dead silent. Pip stared at the cave. His legs were shaking. His heart was pounding. Every voice inside him said, "You are too small. You are too weak. Don't do it." And yet, he took one tiny step forward. Shall I try?" Pip asked quietly, his voice cracking. The animals stared. Some laughed. Even the great giant ran. "A baby Rex? Forget it." Pip swallowed hard. "I still want to try." The animals crept behind the ferns to watch, certain Pip was about to become a cautionary tale. Pip stood at the cave mouth, took the deepest breath of his small life, and called out, "Who's in there? Come out." The voice thundered back, louder than before. The ground trembled. Pip squeezed his eyes shut, then opened them, and stepped closer. "I said come out. I'm not leaving." His voice barely wobbled. Inside the cave, the creature heard something it had never heard before, someone coming towards it. Terrified, it crept out into the light. It was a tiny amber beetle. Its chirp had echoed into thunder. The jungle erupted. The long neck covered his face. The great-scaled giant looked away in embarrassment, and Pip, shaking, laughing, barely believing it himself, gently picked up the little beetle. That day, Pip learned something he never forgot. The cave didn't change. 3 important lessons. 1. If we ignore small problems at the beginning, they grow into much bigger ones later. The tiny beetle was never dangerous, but because no one faced it, it became the greatest fear in the whole jungle. 2. To face big problems, we need courage. Just like Pip showed, courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is taking one small step forward, even when everything inside you says stop. 3. Running away from problems never solves them, as the long neck, the hornhead, the plated back, and even the great-scaled giant learned. So never take small problems lightly, and when big problems come, face them with courage, because running away will never give you a solution. If you enjoyed this story, please like the video and share your thoughts in the comments. That's all for today. See you again in the next one.